Now, the further ayat about mutashabihat hadith events, it says in Surah Zumar 39 and 23, Allahu nazzala ahsan hadith kitaban mutashabim masani taqsha'iru minhu juludul ladina yakshawna rabbahum thumma talinu juluduhum wa qulubuhum ila dhikrillah dhalika hudallahi yahdi biman yasha wa ma yudlilillahu fama lahu min had wa man yudlilillahu fama lahu min had. Allah has revealed the most beautiful hadith, the event, a book mutashabiyat, resembling, repeating itself. Those who fear from their Lord, their skins shiver from it. Then their skin and their hearts soften towards the remembrance of Allah. That is the guidance of Allah. He guides whom He wills with it, and to whom Allah leads astray. So for Him there is no one who can guide. Now, in this ayah we have already understood a part of it, and that was that the events that are recorded in the ayats, any event, is a mutashabiyah or a resembling ayat. We have already discussed. So these ayats that are resembling ayats, that are events, so they are repeated in the ayats. But Allah says about these events, about when you read that any event of Allah, the behavior of a believer is described when he is reading asnal hadith. Asnal hadith means asnal event narration in the book of Allah. When he reads that, so the believer's behaviors Allah describes, those who fear from the Lord, their skins shiver from it. Then their skins and their hearts soften towards the remembrance of Allah. That is the guidance from Allah. He guides whom He wills with it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is very unusual. I have noticed we discuss with people and we interact among ourselves and we discuss the Quranic ayahs. You see, if you read any event in the Quran, maybe some people may have experienced this feeling. If they are not having this feeling, and I've discussed, most of the people say they don't have this kind of feeling. So I give them an example, which you see if you read a book or if you watch a TV, whatever the media, and you're reading an event or you're seeing in the movie an event. That's an event projected to you. An event projected to you. You are seeing a visual representation in media or you're reading a book. Believe me, if you're engrossed in that event, in that movie, you will cry. And sometimes you are laughing. Sometimes you are angry. Your feelings or emotions are attached to the feelings of the character that is you are seeing in it. Right? Don't you? Now, when you read an ayah, you don't feel anything. The event that Allah is describing, because our hearts are emotionally so worked up with the falsehood that has been projected in the media, to an extent that our emotionally attachment is to that extent that when Allah describes an event which is a fact and truth, we don't feel it. Because the falsehood that has been we have been programming ourselves by watching these videos, we're watching these things, and we know it's an acting going on. It's a character, it's not true, it's not real. And the more the actor acts nicely, the more we are motivated and the more we cry and happy. If you suppose somebody sees you, somebody watching a movie alone, and I'm watching that person who's watching that movie, crying sometime, he's alone, nobody's sitting around, he's laughing by himself. What is happening? What is happening going on? He's watching that movie. What's going in the movie? Your expressions are also aligned to it. So that is an effect I'm talking about. Nothing is going on with you, but the things that you're viewing, the picture that you're viewing, it's affecting your psyche and you're affected. Similarly, if you read an event of Allah describing an ayat alone in the night, and you ponder what you're reading and what Allah is explaining to you in the ayahs, in its true essence, if you get the message, believe me, that will happen to you. Those who fear from the Lord, their skins will shiver. Read the day of judgment when you will be put into the fire. That's an event. How the people will be chained and put into the fire and blaze, and they will ask people to drink the water which is hot. Many things that are, the whole sky will be this thing, and the mountain will shiver, and there will, so many things that are described, that are all events. You read in the night, you think and think it's not real. It's not comedy going on. If you really mean it, if you really know it, what is being, Allah is being telling you, and how, and that will happen to you. If you really believe it, this thing will happen. Those who fear from the Lord, their skins will shiver from it, then their skin and their hearts soften towards the remembrance of Allah. That is the guidance of Allah. He guides whom He wills, and to whom Allah leads astray, so for him there is no one can guide. If we have been reading this book of Allah again and again, and you're reading many events, and nothing happens to you. So Ayat has explained already that guidance, that is the guidance when you shiver. Why don't you shiver from I'm again telling you, because there is no emotional attachment to the ayahs and you. As you see the movies which is being false, there is an emotional attachment to the character. It's not real, but you feel it. It affects your heart and mind. Or if somebody narrates you a story, it affects your heart, whom you are close one. If anyone close one of yours, an accident takes place in his life, and he explains to you, you listen to it, and you start feeling it. Similarly, Allah is telling about Ibrahim al-Islam. When you imagine Nuh al-Islam, there's a narration in the Quran that Nuh al-Islam sees his son drowning in front of him. Can any man face this? He is helpless. He's prays to God. Allah gives an answer. No, he's not with you. Or Ibrahim al-Islam asking his father for guidance. And his father is a mushrik. And Ibrahim al-Islam, can any son think like that his father is going to drown? Or his father is going to go to fire? These are just, you read it, you're just reading it. It doesn't affect you. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. That is the events. Well, Nuh al-Islam and Nuh al-Islam's wives, there's a narration. The wives were not with Nuh al-Islam and Lut al-Islam. So it's an event. It's not a hukum or a governing ayat. It is an event that I'm explaining to you. Or Pharaoh and his wife. That's an event, narration. It affects you. How he must have felt it. So because of his feeling, affects you. Because of the character that is portrayed to you in a movie, it affects you. But what Allah portraying truth about people, truth about science, which affects your mind and heart, so then only you can feel, and that is the guidance. That is how you can come to know Allah is guiding you. This is the guidance which Allah says.